Hey guys, what's up? Hope everybody's doing well out there today, and welcome back here to another edition of the Fishing Teacher. Today we're going to keep moving forward with our lure categories, and I'm going to show you guys how to rig and how to talk a little bit about how to fish the jighead worm. Now this is one of the most effective fish catchers there are. It's been around for a long time. It's really the last 10 years. A lot of people don't fish it because there's been the advent of a lot of newer techniques, but this is still one of the foundational lure setups that you need to learn as far as just catching a lot of fish goes. So I'm going to show you guys how to rig it up and what to look for here. So it's really a simple setup. The first thing you want to do is just get you like a 4 or 5 inch straight tailed plastic worm. Now this is a Zoom finesse worm right here, but you really need a straight, any type of a worm with a straight tail. You don't really want a worm that's got any type of a curly tail on there. And again, I usually like to stay between 4 to 5 inches for the worm length. And then the next thing you do is get you an 1/8 ounce jig head here. And you need to have one that's got some type of a little keeper, see on there, because that keeper is really going to keep the worm from sliding down the hook. And you know, for the weight size, like I said, most of 1/8 ounce is my favorite, but you can go up to 3/16 if it's really windy, but I prefer an 1/8. And you can get these in about any tackle store in the country. And what you want to do is on these finesse worms, you have a flat side and then you got a rounded side. You want to come in on the top of the worm and you're going to bring it out the rounded side. So come in the top and just carefully thread it straight down the middle of the worm, probably about 1 inch or so, depending upon the length of your jig head, because you want the worm to sit straight. Push it up back on the head there and sort of, make sure it's straight. And that's your setup there, guys. It's a very simple setup. This right here will get you a lot of bites. It's an excellent technique if you have water visibility, any lake or river or creek or anything like that, over 3 foot of visibility. This is going to get you as many or more bites as anything. And this works if you guys wade creeks or, fish rivers or float rivers. This is an excellent choice for spotted bass and smallmouth. But for me, it's one of the best lures you can throw all year long on any lake that's got water visibility over 3 feet. And most of the time, I like to fish it just on points, main lake or secondary points, flatter banks, areas where you can't get hung up because you have an exposed hook. Now, the setup I use on it is a spinning rod, usually with 8-pound test fluorocarbon line, maybe 6 if it's real clear. And I'll throw it out there, let it hit the bottom, and just sort of shake it, just sort of reel it slow and shake it like that with your hand. And you always want to keep the bait on the bottom. You don't ever want to reel it so fast where you lose contact with the bottom. So just fish it slow, just shake it a little bit, let it fall back to the bottom, maybe pull it up a couple inches, let it fall back to the bottom, and work it, probably halfway back to the boat or so, then reel it in. Most of the time you're going to find on these things here that if the fish will usually hit it from about the time that the lure hits the bottom to when you work it about 5 feet, probably 90% of the time. And usually, like I said, if I work it over 10 foot or so and don't get a bite, I'll just reel it in and make another cast. Colors are pretty simple. I like a watermelon or a green pumpkin if the water is like over 4 foot visibility. If the water is closer to 3 feet, I may go to like a plum color or a Junebug color, a little bit darker, but give it a try, guys. Jighead worm will get you a lot of bites. It's going to be one of those baits you'll want in your tackle box from now on, and it's just a really good way to catch fish. So we'll talk later.